All right, look, I'm going to say something that will bother everybody, and I mean everybody. Now, Virginia just put a 1 hour limit on social media for kids under 16, a default setting, 1 hour a day per app. And the reason that should grab you is not because you love the government or because you hate the government. It should grab you because it's a confession. It's society admitting we do not trust these platforms. We do not trust the kids to regulate themselves. And if we're being honest, we don't trust the parents to enforce boundaries consistently. So the state steps in and puts a timer on childhood. Now, here's the real question. Is this protection or is this the beginning of an ID check on internet? Because both things can be true at the same time. Social media is clearly harming kids, and age verification clearly creates new problems. And I want to talk about that tension without the shouting. So let's get clear because clarity is mercy. So Virginia's law says if you operate a social media platform, you have to use commercially reasonable methods to determine if a user is under 16. And the law even gives an example of a neutral age screen that basically says enter your birthday. Then, if the user is a minor under 16, the platform has to limit their use to 1 hour a day per service or application. And parents can override that with verifiable parental consent and increase it or decrease it. The law also says if you collect information to determine age, you can't use it for other stuff. Only age determination and age appropriate experiences. And there's an interesting line. If the device signals the user is a minor through a browser setting, plugin, privacy setting, treat them as a minor. So the translation, this isn't just about what a kid types in, it's about what the device tells the platform. So now, why does this matter? Because if you're going to have an opinion, you should at least know what's being implemented. That's adulthood. So here's the uncomfortable truth. We built machines that monetize compulsion, and then we handed those machines to children. The U.S. Surgeon General has said we don't have enough evidence to conclude social media is sufficiently safe for kids and pointed out how widespread teen use is. And this isn't abstract. This is sleep getting wrecked, attention spans getting chopped into confetti, school focus drifting, anxiety, comparison, doom scrolling, sexual content, bullying, all on one device. And here's where I'm going to be blunt. A lot of adults are acting like kids are morally defective when the product is engineered to keep them hooked. So if you don't believe me, just look at the design patterns. You got infinite scrolling, autoplay, notifications that are timed like a slot machine payout, suggested for you, people you may know, and 1,000 tiny cues designed to create compulsive checking. Now that's not neutral tech, that's a business model. And it's not just teens, adults are getting cooked too, which is why this law is happening now, because people are finally saying it out loud. This isn't normal. Okay, so if you're a parent and you're thinking, good, somebody is doing something, and I get that, I really do. But here comes the other side. To enforce limits, platforms have to determine age, and that opens the door to age verification systems that can get intrusive fast. In fact, there's already a legal fight over this. NetChoice is suing Virginia, arguing the law restricts access to lawful speech and creates privacy security risks with age verification. And the concern isn't theoretical. The Verge reported that NetChoice pointed to the risk of collecting government ideas and referenced a Discord incident involving exposure of user IDs during a customer service breach related to age appeals. So here's the tension. Kids are being harmed by these platforms, and age gating can become a surveillance layer. Both can be true. And this is where culture gets weird because it forces a choice nobody likes. So you have option A, do nothing. Let the algorithm parent hope your kids survive it. Option B, let the government regulate it and accept the price tag. More data collection, more verification, and more monitoring. And most people can't hold that tension, so they pick a tribe. They start chanting and they stop thinking. But we're not going to do that here. So here's my core point. When the state has to set the boundaries, it means the home lost the boundaries. And I'm not saying that to shame you. I'm saying it because it tells the truth. We used to farm kids with rhythm, sleep, work, play, chores, family meals, church, community, outdoors, and we gave them friction, limits, a normal human life. Now we give them a glowing rectangle and call it social. And then we act surprised when they can't stop. So listen to me. Kids don't need unlimited choices. They need loving structure. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. If you don't put boundaries in your home, somebody else eventually will. And that's why this law is saying, it's the culture saying, something has to restrain this. And I understand the impulse. I also understand the danger. So what do? We do the hard thing. We stop outsourcing formation. I want to give you a simple plan, not a perfect plan, but a workable plan. So, like rule number 1, no phones in bedrooms. Bedroom is for sleep, and sleep is for gasoline for mental health. Rule number 2, no phones at meals, because dinner is not just food, it's connection, it's eye contact, it's learning how to be human. Rule number 3, one charging station, public space, kitchen counter, living room shelf, everybody docks. Rule number 4, downtime every night. Pick a time, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., whatever fits your house. But it's consistent because consistency is what makes boundaries real. Rule number 5, parents model it. This one hurts, but it's the truth. You cannot preach discipline with a phone in your own face. Kids don't follow your speeches, they follow your patterns. And here's the adult rule. If you're doom scrolling every night, you're not just tired, you're being trained. Your attention is your life. And if you can't control your attention, someone else owns you. That's not politics, that's reality. So do I want Silicon Valley raising my kids? Not at all. Do I want the government raising my kids? No way, no how. But here's what I do want. I want homes with leadership, parents with clarity, kids with a childhood that isn't sponsored by dopamine. Virginia's law is one state's attempt to put a seatbelt on a rocket ship. Now, it may help, it may backfire, but it tells the truth about the moment we're living in. So I want to hear from you. Would you support a 1 hour per day limit for minors? Yes or no, and why? Now, don't slogan me, just tell me your reasoning. And if you want cultural truth without the shouting, subscribe.